please stand for the presentation of the colors led by Bell Multicultural High School ROTC cadets.
Let's say chin and the close syllable arms. Just right. Just for the front. Can't breathe. Ready. Cut. Right. Turn. March. Forward. March. Color guard. Hold. Left turn, march. Color. Freeze and colors. Ready, cut.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Purple Heart recipient Ernesto Hernandez.
All citizens of the United States will join me in pledging allegiance to the flag of our country. Please render the correct hand salute. If you're in active duty in civilian clothes, please stand at attention. Patriots, please place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Three colors. Ready, cut. Left turn, march. Forward, march. Trail, arms.
Thank you, Bell Multicultural High School and Ernesto Hernandez. And now, please welcome tonight's hosts. Please welcome tonight's host, Celeste Carrasco.
I thought it was going to be somebody that was going to be the host. I guess I'm the host of the space. Let's not get it confused. I'm going to not keep you guys going. But thank you so much for being here. We are thrilled to be able to host today's event. I look forward to all the recognition, very well deserved and earned recognition. And I want to thank Danny for providing this opportunity for us to be able to host ALVA for, I believe, is the fourth consecutive year. I look forward to see if we can do this again next year. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Danny Vargas.
Hey, yes. Can I just say before anything else, number one, happy Veterans Day, belated. Number two, you are just a beautiful bunch of people, if I must say. Thank you again for being here for the 2025 ALVA Awards. I appreciate you coming out and spending some time with us today. I want to thank our voice of goddess, Joanna Harvey. I want to thank the team at Argus for helping us to organize today's event. I want to send a huge thanks to AT&T and Celeste Carrasco for hosting us again for the fourth year in a row. Thank you so much, AT&T. And I want to thank all of the wonderful people who have helped prepare and serve tonight's food and drink. A round of applause for all of them who helped us this evening. As you can imagine, today's event is an integral part of our mission of the American Latino Veterans Association to help Latino veterans thrive and to recognize their indispensable contributions to our national defense from the Revolutionary War to today. That is our mission. And it's important that we note that 2025 is the 5th anniversary of our organization, which we founded in 2020. Big round of applause for 5 years of ALVA. Hispanics have fought in every war this nation's ever had. We are today about 1.6 million Latino veterans in the country right now. We're about 19% of the active duty force, 27% of the Marine Corps, but yet we're only about 8% of the officer ranks and less than 3% of the flag officers. We need to do a better job with that. I know HVLA is present here today. Where is James? Oh, there you go, Jim. HVLA is responsible for making sure that we do a better job of having Hispanics in the higher ranks of the military. I want to recognize HVLA and I want to thank them for their partnership. As you know, it's not cliche to say that freedom is not free. The liberties that we enjoy as a nation have been bought and paid for with the blood and sacrifice of the brave women and men who have donned the cloth of our nation and spilled the blood to protect our freedoms. Let us not ever lose sight of the fact that those freedoms are not guaranteed, and let's not ever take them for granted. You'll see a table in front of you with no one seated there. It's called the missing man table. And I invite you to come up to the table at some point this evening and read the inscription there that talks about the symbolism of each piece on that table. It is for those missing people that have gone to meet their maker in the service of our nation. So out of respect, at some point, if you could step forward and take a look at that table. We're grateful for all of those who have served and sacrificed to defend our nation. If you have ever served, please raise your hand. Let's give a round of applause for those who have won our nation's flag. We're also very grateful to our sponsors that make our work possible. Please, a round of applause when I mention them. AT&T. PMI, Philip Morris International, is here tonight. JPMorganChase. T-Mobile is here tonight. And one of our founding sponsors, Wells Fargo. I also want to give a special shout out to our partner for today's event. They were our partner last year as well, and that's ALPFA's Washington, D.C. chapter. I also want to thank all of our other community partners, some of which are here with us tonight. Alvanza, American GI Forum, America's Warrior Partnership, ANSO, HVLA, Face the Fight Coalition that exists to prevent veteran suicide, the Latino Coalition, Marymount University, My Business Matches, the National Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, which is represented here tonight as well, Park University, the Set Rock Group, and Varcom Solutions. A round of applause for our community partners. I'm going to call out some groups that we would not be able to do anything that we do without these individuals. So I'm going to call them out by group. And if you're in one of these groups, raise your hand and then we'll ask for a round of applause at the end. Our incredible board of directors, our advisory council, our regional coordinators, and if you are a member of any of these groups, please raise your hand. Thank you so much for making our event possible. ALVA is a membership organization, but membership is free to all veterans, active duty, guard, and reserves, and their family members, because we all know that military service is not necessarily just an individual exercise. It really is a family endeavor. And it's available to everyone, irrespective of race, ethnicity, national origin, gender, disability status. If you care about Latino veterans and helping them thrive, you are welcome to join ALVA as a member. It is free to you to join. There are cards all around the table, all around the room at different tables and so forth. On those cards, you will see QR codes. Those QR codes will show you how to become a member. They'll show you the list of biographies for tonight's honorees. And there's a donate button on that card as well.
So it's easy for you to donate. If you like tonight's free event, please donate. Raise your hand if you're committing to donate tonight. Very good. Thank you. And if you know a company that's interested in sponsoring ALVA, let us know as well. Please take lots of pictures. It's a beautiful space. Thank you, AT&T. Take pictures, tag us on social media at ALVA Vets. Let's blow this up and make sure people know that you are here celebrating our Latino veterans. There's also a space on the QR codes in the room around the corner, around the room to subscribe to our newsletters. Do that as well. And several of our honorees tonight have been with us from the very beginning. And that's why tonight's special 5th anniversary event is so incredible, because we get to thank them for being with us from the very beginning. We continue to add to our efforts throughout the country. In addition to our ongoing efforts around workforce development and entrepreneurship and advocacy and storytelling, we've launched some new activities recently. We recently launched the network of regional coordinators throughout the country so that we can continue our national efforts, but also operate locally on the ground as well. We've done events in New York City and San Diego. We'll be doing an event in Puerto Rico next year, ojalá, as well as San Antonio. We launched a new short video series on YouTube called Latino Valor. Short videos that talk about individual contributions to our national defense. We begin with Spanish General Bernardo de Galvez during the Revolutionary War, who allowed General Washington to win the War of Independence, and we continue throughout that history of timeline. So please go to our YouTube channel and watch those incredible short videos. We conducted recently our first annual National State of Latino Veterans Survey. Those results will be shared with Congress and the administration as soon as they get back to work at some point. But there's some incredibly interesting findings in that report, and we'll continue to do that so we can see trend lines in our community. And next year we will be planning an event to commemorate the 250th anniversary of our nation in partnership with American GI Forum and HVLA and LULAC. That'll be our time to come together as Latino veteran-focused organizations to say, we have been here from the very beginning. This nation would not be anything like the way it is today without those Latino contributions. We're going to commemorate and celebrate that next year right here in Washington, D.C., and we ask you to join us. And congratulations to all of our honorees. I hope you have a great time tonight. There's plenty of food and drink. It's already paid for, so you might as well drink it up and eat it up. So, and with that, I want to invite my partner in crime, the president of ALPFA's DC chapter, Dr. Valerie Maya.
Good evening, everyone. So as Danny mentioned, I'm Valerie Maya. I'm the president for ALPFA DC, or I should say outgoing. Hopefully you get to meet our incoming president, Anna, tonight. But tonight, really, I wanted to just level set and baseline of the fact that ALVA reminds us that leadership doesn't end with service. It evolves. These trailblazers that we are honoring tonight have been serving our communities, our companies, our countries through purpose-driven leadership that inspires us all. With that being said, I want to just give a moment to Danny, because if you guys have the pleasure of knowing Danny on a personal level, you'll know that he is one of the kindest men that you will ever meet. And on top of that, he's brilliant at what he does, not only in his own professional craft, but also just the level of emotional intelligence that Danny has, I cannot. He's a second father to me. So Danny, thank you for hosting us for the second year. You're an incredible human being. So with that. With that, I will keep it short. And thank you guys for having us, and Celeste and AT&T, thank you as well for hosting this event. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, hosts. To present the first award, please welcome back. Okay. Okay, please welcome to the stage Reginald Nash from PMI.
Good evening. My name is Reginald Nash, and I serve as the Manager of Strategic Partnerships for PMI's U.S. businesses. We are pleased to be partners and sponsors of tonight's event and huge supporters of the American Latino Veterans Association. PMI is an innovative company that is committed to delivering a smoke-free future. Since 2008, PMI has dedicated significantly $14 billion towards the research and development of smoke-free, reduced-risk alternatives for the millions of Americans that would continue to smoke. We are committed to our mission of transitioning consumers of nicotine to less harmful products. We are very pleased to be corporate partners with you all tonight, particularly in your efforts to honor and uplift the valuable contributions of Latino veterans and community leaders who selflessly dedicate themselves, their time, their resources, and their talents to our country and to its communities. As someone who was raised by proud Vietnam veterans, I express my deep appreciation for your service. And PMI extends its congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and huge congratulations to ALVA and ALPFA for putting together such an incredible event tonight. Thank you all for being here.
Present the first award. Please welcome back Danny Vargas on behalf of JPMC.
Okay, time for our first award. I'm representing JPMorganChase. Unfortunately, the leaders from JPMorgan who have been our partners over the years have been called out to travel in different parts of the country. So I get the great honor and privilege of wearing my JPMorganChase hat tonight to present our first award to an individual who's not only been a dear friend for many years, but also a founding member of the ALVA Board of Directors. Our first award is the Veteran in Business Award, and that goes to Justin Velez-Hagan. He's much too humble. Dr. Justin Velez-Hagan serves as the Deputy Chief of Staff and Senior Economic Advisor to the Governor of Virginia, where he oversees a broad portfolio encompassing labor, finance, commerce, and energy policy. As part of the governor's senior team, he helps direct an $87+ billion budget and advance Virginia's economic growth strategy. A seasoned economist and executive, he specializes in identifying market opportunities, attracting capital investment, and shaping policy to enhance competitiveness. He is the founder and president of the National Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, managing partner of Solid G Holdings, and president of Macro Policy Advisors. In addition to teaching finance at Marymount University, he does not sleep. His work has been featured in Forbes, CNBC, and Politico. He's a combat veteran and U.S. Army Reserve officer, and he is a proud father of three. And by the way, he's in addition to being an Army Reserve officer, he's also an Air Force veteran. We shouldn't leave that out. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Justin Velez-Hagan.
What he didn't say is JPMorganChase hit an all-time high today, so I think they're all on vacation. I'm pretty sure their stock is through the roof. Yes, I'm the nerdy economist who follows these things, so I might talk about that a little bit. Regarding the award, thank you, Danny. Very humbled by it. Unexpected. We did not start this organization with the intention of giving ourselves awards, believe me. But I would like to thank the sponsors for supporting us so that we can buy these awards to give to ourselves. I hope that's all right. Yeah. We appreciate it. When any veteran, when any service member considers joining the military, they, whether directly or indirectly, make this choice that's well represented by a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. If I have to choose between righteousness and peace, I choose righteousness. Every veteran in this room made that choice at some point. You could have this peaceful life at home. You can run a business, you can raise a family, you can do whatever, but you said, know what? There's a chance to perform the righteous act and do what I see as the right thing to do, and that's to support my country, defend the greatest country on earth, and go out there and be on the front lines if necessary. And that's a commendable thing. So I commend each and every one of you in this room that's done that. Please give them a round of applause again. Teddy Roosevelt was one of those people who had everything, independently wealthy, could have done whatever he wanted to and made that choice as well. So you're in great company. The funny thing about those who serve, though, is that once you take off that uniform, you don't stop serving. It's still in you. It's inherent at this point, instinctual, if you will. So whether you apply that to your family life, to your business life, whatever it is, you're still in service mode constantly. And the funny thing about being in service mode when you're in business is that's a key to success. You're providing a service with the same ethos you apply during your military duty, sacrifice, providing the best outcomes to those on the who are the end users, dedication, fortitude, moral fortitude, doing the right thing always. These are the ethos that you apply to businesses, and that's what makes a successful business person as well, which is incredible. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to operate in both worlds. I'm incredibly grateful to God for the opportunity to do so. Incredibly grateful to all of you for being here to help us celebrate this organization as we come up on 5 years, which I can't believe it's been 5 years because it feels like 30 seconds, but it has been growing and we're touching more lives each and every day. So again, thank you to all who have supported us on this mission. We look forward to supporting you further in the future because it's not about us in any means or way. We're all about serving you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us as you have ideas for us to continue to do that further. But thank you all. Thank you, Danny, for this. You are the leader that's driven this, and we are internally grateful to what you've built here. Thank you all. Thank you. Evelina's here. Oh, she's sponsored paid for. I forgot. Is Evelina here?
Okay, congratulations, Judson. And now please welcome Victor Burrola of Wells Fargo for our second award.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Victor Burrola. I'm the Executive Director of Philanthropy and Community Impact for Maryland and the Greater Washington, D.C. region for Wells Fargo. I'm pinch hitting for my dear friend Ruben Morales, who I know would love to be here, but you get me instead. And we know that Ruben is always in our hearts. I know he's been a strong advocate and supporter from the very beginning. It's my honor to introduce the recipient of the ALVA Familia Award, Marie Robles. Marie Robles is a seasoned financial executive and certified public accountant with over 25 years of leadership experience in corporate accounting and finance, primarily within the financial services and technology sectors. She currently serves as the Senior Vice President Controller at Eagle Bank, a publicly traded commercial bank. Driven by a strong commitment to community service and leadership development, Marie is a passionate advocate for empowering Latino professionals and veterans nationwide. Her dedication is inspired by the exemplary service of her father, Armando Robles, who served as a Master Sergeant in the U.S. Army during World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. He always embodied the spirit of community support. Marie actively channels this passion as well into her extensive board service, which includes board service in the American Latino Veterans Association, where she has served as treasurer since 2020, the Association of Latino Professionals for America, DC chapter, where she's been an active member since 2008, and she's held various roles, including chapter president, and is currently serving as a member of the Corporate Advisory Board, and as part of the ALPFA National, where she's dedicated 12 years to the Strategy Development Committee for Women of ALPFA, and currently holds the position of Treasurer for the ALPFA National Board. Please give a big round of applause to the 2025 ALVA Familia Award recipient, Marie Robles. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. How is everyone? Good. All right. Well, honestly, when Danny mentioned I was being awarded this, I said, no, there are so many more deserving people that we should recognize. But I'm deeply honored to accept this ALVA Familia Award, but I do it on behalf of my father. He's Army veteran Armando Robles. My father is the definition of a life dedicated to service. From his time serving in the Army during the 3 wars, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, to his unwavering commitment to helping others in the community. He taught me the true meaning of service. He just celebrated his 100th birthday in March. Yes. So we're still blessed to have him around to tell us stories of his service. And his life is a testament to duty, resilience, and compassion. I share this moment with him and the legacy of selflessness that he instilled in me. So thank you so much to ALVA and Danny for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations, Ms. Robles. And now, please welcome Josue Argueta of ALPFA for the 3rd award.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Josue Argueta. For those of you who don't know me, I am part of the ALPFA board. I've served in various roles, and tonight I have the privilege of giving the award, presenting the award to Jeyben Castro. Jeyben Castro is the Community Outreach and Engagement Director for the Office of the Chief Administrator Office, COA, Human Capital Office at the U.S. House of Representatives. In this role, Mr. Castro leads outreach and engagement strategies for members, committees, and other House offices. His career in Capitol Hill includes serving as Deputy Director as a shared staffer for the Committee on House Administration and Speaker Kevin McCarthy and Mike Johnson, as well as professional staff member for the U.S. Senate Finance Committee under Senator Orange Hatch, where he built alliances with policymakers and community organizers. A strong advocate for public services and civic engagement, Mr. Castro has proudly served 10 years in the U.S. Navy. Born in El Salsa, Nicaragua, he migrated to Miami, Florida at the age of 10. He currently serves on the board of the American Latino Veterans Association, better known as ALPFA, or ALVA, sorry. Mr. Castro resides in Virginia and is a graduate of George Mason University. So if you please come up, and can we get a big round of applause for him, please?
Good evening, everyone. You guys awake? Yeah, give me some energy. I'm nervous, so I need some energy from you guys. There you go. Thank you, Danny, for letting me be a part of this since day one. I am very thankful for your leadership of ALVA. Thanks for inviting us to be a part of this dream that you've had for a long time. I love what ALVA has done, what we've accomplished so far, and like you said, this is just the beginning. Can't wait to see what next year and the next 5 years have for us. There's a lot of stories, there's a lot of help that needs to be told about Latino veterans. As was mentioned, I was in the world's greatest Navy for 10 years. There you go. Go Navy. Woo! I had these great things I was going to say today, but Justin stole my thunder. He literally said everything I wanted to say. No, the funny thing is, when you're in the military and you become a veteran, you still have that energy to serve, right? Like I joke that we're brainwashed in boot camp to serve. And it just like Justin said, it doesn't end when you leave your uniform behind. Today I'm getting the community award, but community service award, but it's just like when I was in the military. You don't think about serving. It's just who you are. And when you leave, you just continue to do what you know, and that is to serve. One of the many things I don't know how to do is when someone stops you and says, "Thank you for your service." We don't think about that. Right? We don't do it to get a thank you. We don't serve on the board of ALVA to get an award. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. But that's not why we do it. And, for me, I think the day that I stopped serving, I don't want that day to ever happen. I don't want to come to a day where I can't help someone. And so I'm just thankful. Thank God. I thank those in my family, those in my circles, the friends who are here to support me. My better half, Jennifer, who is always there for me. To Jennifer, who's always here to support me no matter what. I thank you guys for this. I thank you guys for letting me breathe, for letting me serve. So, Danny, again, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the award.
No, you're not.
Congratulations, Jeyben. And now, please welcome Amanda Molina of ALPFA for the presentation of the fourth award.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amanda Molina. I'm Associate General Counsel of Artificial Intelligence and Data Privacy at Booz Allen Hamilton, and I'm honored to be here with you all tonight. I'm also a board member of the Veterans of ALPFA, and just a shameless plug, I just want to let you all know that the ALPFA group does also help with transitions for service members to civilian careers as well. But it is my distinct honor to be with you all to recognize one of my good friends, Eduardo. Eduardo Reyes-Chavez is a labor and employment attorney at Littler Mendelsohn PC, focused on a wide range of labor and employment issues. He also helps clients navigate investigations by agencies like the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and similar state bodies, and defends employers against unfair labor practices and charges before the National Labor Relations Board and its state counterparts. Previously, he served as an attorney in the United States Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps. Prior to the Navy, he worked as an associate attorney in Seattle, focusing on general civil litigation, especially employment law and commercial disputes. He litigated numerous cases before federal and state courts. And not only that, but as well as being a JAG Corps. I won't hold it against him that he's in the Navy, since I'm in the Air Force Reserve JAG Corps, but I know. But it is my distinct honor to welcome my good friend for the award, for the DC Veterans of ALPFA Award.
All right, so I prepare a speech that will last 47 minutes, so make yourself comfortable. And since no one has said this, I want to say when I started this, and I do want some energy because it is difficult to be here before you because there's so many amazing people, so many veterans and their families and friends, And I guess I want to say thank you to all of you just because you're present and you say we belong. So thank you. First, let me say that I'm deeply honored that I stand before you today as the recipient of the DC Veteran of ALPFA Award. I'm actually a former member of ALPFA back when I was at the University of Utah, and then eventually when I moved to Seattle, which I will explain later on as we go forward with this long speech. I want to say thank you to the American Latino Veteran Association and ALPFA of Washington, D.C. for this recognition and for the solid commitment to uplifting Latino leaders in our community. And today, obviously, you have heard from many of them and all the great things they're doing for us. Reyes-Chavez once said, the fight is never about grapes or lettuce. It is always about people. Those words resonate deeply with me, not just because they're truth, but because of my own connection with his name and his family. You see, my father's first name was Cesar, and my mother's first last name is Chavez. And like Cesar Chavez, I served in the Navy and grew up as a farmer in Mexico. Planting seeds, whether in soil or in life, has always been part of my story. And like him, my fight has always been about people. And as our Supreme Court has said, corporations are people too. That's a joke. There's a reason why I chose the law instead of being a comedian, but it's okay. I was born in Guerrero, Mexico on October 13th, which ironically happens to be the same birthday that the Navy has as well. At the age of 11, I crossed the border with my mother and settled in Salt Lake City, Utah. My love for the military began in high school through the Navy Junior ROTC, and today I was deeply touched to see many of them, Color Guard, who came before you and are a part of their high school's program. That's actually how I started, and now I'm on the other side, which is just amazing. Even though my undocumented status initially kept me from serving, I never gave up. After earning my permanent residency in college and my citizenship when I was studying law at Northwestern Law, I fulfilled my promise to serve by joining the U.S. Navy JAG Corps. I wanted to give back to my adopted country. For over 5 years, I served as an active duty attorney or officer, separating as a lieutenant back in 2018. And today, I am proud to continue as a lieutenant commander in the Individual Ready Reserve. Today, as we celebrate Veterans Day, we also reflect upon the whole veteran wellness, healing, empowerment, and progress. Healing reminds us that our scars, visible or invisible, are proof of resilience. Empowerment means using our experiences to lift others, creating opportunities where barriers once stood. And progress is the legacy that we leave behind, a strong, more inclusive community for the next generation of Latino leaders. My story of grapes and lettuce is not just about me. It's about us. We, the people. A Latino veteran experience tells us that despite the struggles, we heal. Through our struggles, we create empowerment. And the result is always the same. We make progress. Thank you, ALVA and ALPFA, for this incredible honor. I accept this award, not just for myself, like I said before, but for every Latino veteran who continues to plant seeds of hope and harvest progress for our community. Muchas gracias.
Congratulations, Mr. Chavez. For our fifth award, please welcome Joanna Diaz-Soper of T-Mobile.
Hello, everybody. Joanna Diaz-Soper from T-Mobile. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. I just want to first thank Danny Vargas for bringing us together. This is one of my favorite events of the year, and it's truly an honor to be in the presence of so many amazing veterans and people who served, and their families, by the way. So tonight, before we get to our honoree, I just want to note, I am proud to work for a company that is committed to those of us who have served and their families. T-Mobile has been recognized as a top military-friendly employer for nearly 2 decades. And at the end of last year, we achieved an important milestone, which was hiring 10,000 veterans and military spouses. Thank you. And we remain committed to that. So now to the good stuff. Please help me welcome, and I'm going to introduce Captain Roy Love, who immigrated from the Dominican Republic to the U.S. in 1983. He holds a bachelor's from SUNY Maritime College and a master's from the U.S. Naval War College. Yes. All the cheers for him. His distinguished naval career includes deploying to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, where he oversaw fuel management operations. Captain Love, which, by the way, can you get a better name than that? Captain Love made history as the first Dominican and Afro-Latino to command a U.S. Navy warship, earning the Battle Efficiency Award. He went on to command Afloat Training Group Mayport and Naval Base San Diego, becoming the first Hispanic and Afro-Latino officer to hold the latter position and leading the base to the Commander-in-Chief Installation Excellence Award in 2019. From 2021 to 2023, he served as president of the Association of Naval Services Officers, focusing on mentorship and recruitment from underserved communities. He is currently pursuing a PhD. Please help me honor Captain Love. Thank you so much.
All right, buenas noches. Wake up. All right, Danny. Sorry, man, I haven't said hello. Un abrazo, papa. Yes, I'm Dominican. I was born in the Dominican Republic, so I'm loud and proud. I've been loud and proud since the day I joined the Navy. A lot of people talk about imposter syndrome. I don't suffer from that. Never have, never will. I knew I belonged because when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a captain. I watched The Love Boat and Star Trek. I wanted to be Captain Kirk, but he'd probably get arrested today. Anyway, so that was my dream. I kid you not. I think I was 11 years old and I said I'm going to be a captain one day. And I'm in New York City after living in Puerto Rico. My dad's Puerto Rican, by the way. So I don't claim that a lot, but he was Puerto Rican. Cabo Rojo. All right. So I'm in New York City. I go to school in Queens, from the Bronx to Queens, three trains and a bus every day. And I'm one of my good friends gets a car. He lives in Pelham Bay. Pelham Bay, I don't know if you know the area of New York, Bronx, New York, baby. All right. So I've got to go from the Bronx to Queens every day over the Throgsnake Bridge. Underneath the Throgsnake Bridge, it's a big ship, big white ship. It was the Empire State. And I'm like, oh, what is that? Trying to figure out why is there a ship there? I want to be a captain. I want to join, I want to go on a ship. There's a college there, the SUNY Maritime, State University of New York, Merchant Marine Academy. Gonna find out they have an ROTC program, and so I joined the Navy. Joined the Navy to get a scholarship to go to SUNY to become a captain. Fast forward, after graduation, 16 years later, Roy Love gets a call from an ex-boss. Says, hey, make command. Congratulations. Show up to my first ship, take command in Quebec. And I cried in my stateroom. I cried because it was a dream come true, honestly. But I loved it so much. The ship won the Battle Efficiency Award, which is a huge award, especially for a frigate that was 28 years old. So I didn't care that I got an old ship. I cared that I got a ship, and we made it work. Worked hard all my life. I hate watching what's happening today, where people are talking about folks that are minorities that have been put in jobs because they were minorities. That's bullshit. Sorry. okay? They worked hard for their positions, okay? And they deserve to be where they are. And a lot of those folks that have been fired have been great friends, great supporters of the Association of Naval Services Officers, and so Admiral Franchetti, Admiral Fagan, just incredible people who supported our minorities, women and men to reach the highest levels in the service. And it's sad to see, but there's hope because when I came through, I didn't have those role models and mentors, right? The first Hispanic that ever supported me in a way that I could say was, hands-on was Admiral Dennis Velez. He happened to be my recruiter, my detailer when I was already up for Major Command. Almost 20 years in the military. And it's the first time that I've interacted with a Latino, right, at that high level, which means that there were other people, white and black officers, male and female, that were supporting me throughout my career, that helped me get to where I was. Okay, those people still exist. They're still in the military. And whether we push away the affinity groups that were helping others, there's still a lot of hope. There's still a lot of people who care. I just traveled across the country, 5,000 miles from here to Mexico. I went to Utah, Salt Lake, beautiful city. 70 in November. That's incredible. But I was riding my motorcycle up there. And in those 5,000 miles from here to Salt Lake, then down from Utah to Mexico, over 2,000 bikers were hanging out from all parts of the world, all shades and colors. Amazing people. There is love in the world. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of support. A lot more than what we're seeing on the news, telling us that there's hate and disconnect and discontent and people don't like each other. Not once in my whole trip to Mexico did I experience anything that wasn't good, that wasn't love, that wasn't welcoming, people that don't know you. Same thing, I went to Europe, 14 countries in 30 days, just this summer. Same thing, brown, American, welcome. We love to have you here. We love to see you here in Germany, Spain, everywhere I went. Saw our buddy Antonio, Jeff Marquez and Vero, my BFFs right here. We have a friend, a mutual friend, Antonio. He lives in Spain. I was in Europe, so I made it a point to travel from Germany to Barcelona on a motorcycle to go visit Antonio. Welcome me like a brother. We talked about what's going on here. And I told him, don't be afraid. There's hope, there's love, and there's people who care. And as long as we continue to do that, folks like me coming from the Dominican Republic, a little island in the Caribbean, are gonna make it in the service, in the US military, because we're gonna take care of them. And that's what ALVA does. And Danny, thank you. Thank you for everything. Appreciate it. That's all I gotta say.
Congratulations, Mr. Love. And now for our final award of the evening, please welcome Diego Zambrano of PMI.
Buenas noches, ALVA Familia. Today, at our 6th honoree, distinguished honoree, I would like to introduce a true role model whose career is defined by service, advocacy, and strategic leadership, James Albino, a seasoned public policy executive and a Navy veteran. I think we see a pattern. James brings over 20 years of experience from the highest levels of government, including the White House, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and the Department of Health and Human Services. As the former executive director for the Center for minority veterans. He was a bilingual advocate leading transformative initiatives to improve service delivery for veterans. His work at the VA has included spearheading major legislative modernization efforts and launching AI, NLP analytics. I have no idea what that is, but platforms to enhance program effectiveness. During his tenure at the White House, James directed the President's Task Force on Puerto Rico and served as Chief of Staff for the Office of National AIDS Policy, where he successfully led the implementation of the National HIV and AIDS Strategy. Holding an MBA in AI for Business and an MA, Master's in Government from Johns Hopkins University, along with a bachelor's from the University of Pennsylvania, James is a recognized leader in veteran advocacy, health equity, and civic engagement. Please join me in welcoming James and this outstanding recipient onto the stage. James, welcome and congratulations. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you so much. I'm a little shorter, so I have to adjust these things. First of all, I want to thank Diego for doing that. And the previous picture was actually part of my operations in the clandestine services, where I was totally looked like a white guy. So that's on me. Buenas noches, everybody. Eduardo, where are you? Oh, so you have 45 minutes. I have 9 pages. So I'm going to be here. Sit down, everybody, if you can. So when I was younger, Sister Jean, my 4th grade homeroom teacher, would be spinning in her grave today if she realized that I was receiving an award as a role model for anything. She once predicted that I would be no better than a hot dog vendor in the streets of the Bronx, which I would have been pretty, like, they make a lot of money. She was harsh, but she ignited me in a fire to prove her wrong. Thank you, Donnie, and ALVA, and the members of ALVA, and the colleagues, and the board, and everything. Whoever doesn't know Donnie needs to know him like right now. He's a force of nature. He is relentless in what he does, and he's absolutely fantastic. And so I really thank you for your work. Gracias, Diego, for your introduction, and congratulations to all the award winners. I cannot imagine how surreal this moment feels to me. You cannot imagine that. I have a brief personal testament and a petition I wish to share with you. And I do realize that I am the next barrier to your next drink. So I'll try to be as brief as possible. I vividly recall the moment the universe granted me the grace of advocacy and service to others. It came as a birthday gift. I was born and raised in the South Bronx in Hunts Point area. Go Bronx! A place famous for producing General Powell, Justice Sotomayor, and the birthplace of hip hop. Although, frankly, I was a merengue and salsa guy myself. The image that is etched in my heart is that of a very, very, very small birthday cake. We were poor, so everything was in moderation. I think the birthday cake only had like 1 candle, and I was 9. So we couldn't have enough for 9 candles. The birthday celebrations are rare in our family, so this one stood out. The glow from that single candle warmly lit the living room of our small apartment in a partially abandoned tenement building in the Bronx. But outside of our large living room window, it faced an alley. There was a brilliant glow emanating from the alley below and illuminating the building next door. It was magnificent, had it not been so tragic. That was my 9th birthday, the only one I remember from my childhood. It was April 4th, 1968, the night Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. The South Bronx, and the country for that matter, exploded in rage that marked an endless summer of fiery protests
and unrest. The magnificent light below was the burning trash in the alley in between our buildings, which made the adjacent building catch fire. In the days and years that followed, a profound great awakening gripped me. A relentless recognition of the urgent and desperate need for social justice, unwavering advocacy, and committed to service to others. I embraced that with a sacred civic responsibility, understanding that true change demands not only awareness, but also collective action to uplift communities and defend the rights of all. This image is etched in my soul, and I commemorate it every year on my birthday. Immediately following graduation from the University of Pennsylvania, I went to serve in the U.S. Navy, following a proud tradition of military service. Papi was a World War II veteran who served in a segregated Army unit of the Borinqueniers, who many of you will know. Years later, I dedicated myself to public service by joining and directing an AIDS hospice in rural Puerto Rico. Working with AIDS patients led me to an invitation to join the Obama administration, where I served both terms, the latter 2 years at the VA. I continue to serve in the VA to serve our federal veterans, many of you here, through the next 2 administrations. I've left out a couple of few details in those 55 years because we don't have enough time here to discuss all that. And I'd be embarrassed to share some of that stuff. But of course, and I must admit that I stumbled through most of that journey, not quite following a career path, but being led by what was in my heart and the events and circumstances ahead. Sister Jean, when I was in 4th grade, said I would not amount to much more than a hot dog vendor. So wherever Sister Jean is down there somewhere, I want to thank you for inspiring me to overcome that. And here's my petition. My petition is that as I stand in this room, in this assembly of brilliant, courageous, tenacious leaders who routinely run into good trouble, right? We all know that. We run into the fire when people are running out, right? That's what we do. That while most folks are running out, I ask the universe that she grant me a mere fraction of the brilliance, courage, and tenacity that is in this room to help continue to successfully support and advocate for our community and improve my role as a role model. Thank you very much. I can't accept cash. This is good.
Yes, this is a coup. Sorry. If my fellow board members could please approach. And Vargas, if you could fall in, sir. We appreciate it. He's not unaware of this final award. He's planning to give closing remarks at this moment, but we came up with a new award, and we're calling this the El Padrino Award, and we'll tell you why in a second here. The awardee is a U.S. veteran himself. He's a nationally recognized business, community, and board leader. He has been named amongst the 100 most influential Latinos. He's been named by all these magazines to be a most influential person in D.C. His community leadership roles include not just this fine organization, but the National Museum of American Latinos. He's there's multiple others. He's a board member of my organization, the National Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce. The chairman of the Go Northern Virginia Economic Development Initiative. This is just his volunteer stuff. This is not even getting to his work activity. And in his work life, he's a former executive of France Telecom, AOL, started an organization called Vargas, which has become extremely successful. I've worked with him on a number of occasions, and I would say that he is the hardest working, most amiable, affable person that is willing to do anything for anybody, including starting an organization that is not for him or for us, is for other people. And for this, so many of us look up to him as El Padrino. And we want to give you this award, sir. Danny Vargas, could you please come up? El Padrino Award. All right, brother.
Should we get to the front?
Oh, yes. Doesn't he have 5 minutes?
Right, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Right here, Padrino. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, guys. Totally unexpected. Here you go. That was totally unexpected, by the way, in case you didn't notice. Screw you guys. We're doing that. Very touching, very moving to be surprised like that, because this was not formed for an award. This was formed to serve the women and men from our community that have worn the cloth of our nation for 250 years. I love these guys, and they know it. I love all of you, and you know it. I love all of our veterans, and I love this nation. If you look behind me, you'll see that we've got two banners up there. There's a red one, and there's a blue one. And there's a reason that our logo has red, white, and blue, right? A lot of red, a lot of blue. It's not just because that's the colors of the flag, in case you haven't noticed. It's also because we have served in the military. We've served presidents of both parties. So whether you gravitate to the red party or the blue party, we've served. We have served this nation because we love this nation. We've loved this nation before this was a nation. You know, we're all taught in elementary school that the American story begins in 1607 when the British arrived on the shores of Jamestown, Virginia, to establish the first permanent British settlement. As far as I'm concerned, that's historically inaccurate. As far as I'm concerned, it's at least 114 years before that. On Columbus' second voyage to the New World, we arrived on the shores of what is now U.S. territory in Puerto Rico.
That's right.
We have been foundational to the founding, the shaping, the defending of this nation from the very beginning. That's why part of our mission is to tell the stories of Latino contributions, because we need to change the narrative. We love this country. We are proud, patriotic Americans who will do anything to defend this nation and make sure that it continues to be thriving and prosperous. Let's not ever let anyone forget the fact that Latinos have defended this nation from the very beginning. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I'm proud to receive this award. Don't get me wrong, humbled, but it's not about me. It's about all of you. So I want to thank you for being here tonight. I want to make sure you have an opportunity to give yourselves a round of applause. Please support us. Please support what we're trying to do. We're changing the narrative. We're supporting our veterans. We're making sure that everyone in the world has the opportunity to celebrate and commemorate our community's contributions. Please eat the food. Please drink the drinks. Please stick around, network with each other, do business with each other, hire each other, support each other. And I'm going to go beat up my board of directors now. Thank you all so very much, and God bless.